Mount Etna.
That looks pretty dangerous.
But that's exactly where I want to go. On Mount Etna. Besides the lava fields, the lava tubes, and the vineyards, there's one thing that I'm interested in most of all. How does it feel to be on Europe's highest active volcano?
It's a glimpse into the center of the Earth. It's like listening to the heartbeat of the planet. The physiological effects of being inside the volcano are significant in that you have every force down there trying to kill you.
One of Europe's most active volcanoes is slowly sliding into the Mediterranean Sea. Mount Etna shocked scientists in the UK as they observed that its entire southeastern flank is slowly drifting toward the Ionian Sea, carrying forests and villages. Its slope is sliding towards the coastal town of Giarre, which is 15 kilometers away from it. The southeast flank of Mount Etna in Sicily is sliding towards the sea at a rate of several centimeters a year. This might not sound like much, but the kind of stress that this movement creates inside volcanoes can cause devastating landslides. And that is not the only problem. Dr. Marilia Urlaub of the Helmholtz Center for Ocean Research in Germany has clearly warned that this movement is important to study as it could lead to a catastrophic collapse of the volcano, and this could lead to a tsunami. Yes, scientists are scared of a catastrophic tsunami and landslides. We all know that Mount Etna is perched on the northeastern edge of Sicily. Millions of people live on Etna's slopes and are not willing to leave this area. In fact, they call Etna their mama, their everything.
For me, Etna is Mama Etna. It's a volcano, amazing, but is in my heart. In questo luogo, più che in tanti altri posti della Terra, si avverte fortissima la potenza della natura.
For locals, Mount Etna is a highly spiritual place where they can witness the power of nature every day. They feel blessed to be in the shadows of this active volcano that has the power to bury them alive.
Sono abituati a degli sconvolgimenti naturali così forti che da un lato ti fanno ammirare la natura, ma dall'altro ti fanno rivolgere all'alto, all'altissimo.
That is why scientists can't ask these people to leave the shadows of Mount Etna. Their only solution is to actively monitor this natural beast that can erupt at any moment without warning.
And there obviously is a great need for monitoring of volcanic ash emissions. We have surveillance cameras, we have thermal cameras, we run computer simulations. So all this is being done virtually all the time.
They have been monitoring Mount Etna for years and have developed numerous predictive models and data around its activity. The Open University geologists have been studying this mountain for almost half a century. But in 2001, the volcano defied their data and models. Acoustic signals, cameras, and seismic radars told the UK's Open University's geologists that Mount Etna has slid from its place. This shocked them. They gathered data from around the volcano to observe its sliding. Boris Benck, who is a volcanologist at the Etna Observatory in Italy, clearly warned the world a massive collapse would be a disaster for a vast and densely populated area. Dr. John Murray and his team at the Open University were observing this phenomenon. They clearly told BBC News that it is the first time geologists are recording the sliding of the entire basement of an active volcano. They have recorded a historical moment, but they were unsure whether it was a catastrophic moment or a discovery. After days of monitoring it, they realized that Mount Etna's sliding is quite slow. By the end of the year, it slid for only 14 millimeters. It is sliding toward the southeast direction at the rate of 0.6 inches every year. On the human scale, it is quite insignificant. It is way less than the rate of our fingernail growth. But, in geological language, this movement could cause the death of millions of people. Before this news could cause panic in the public, Dr. Murray gave a soothing statement to the BBC. He said, I would say there is currently no cause for alarm, but it is something we need to keep an eye on, especially to see if there is an acceleration in this motion. This eased the public, but scientists were scared. They kept trying to find the reason for this movement. Initially, the Open University geologists team came up with a prediction. Dr. Murray believed that the volcano's movement is because of the magma chambers beneath it. In the underground of Mount Etna, various narrow chambers stored a large amount of magma. They kept the red-hot molten lava in it for as long as they could, but when they can't hold it for long, they let the magma go. It rises from the chambers with force, makes its way towards the tip of the volcano, and erupts with force. It goes through this same process numerous times in a year. If we look at Etna's recorded history, this volcano has been active for at least 2,700 years. Scientists' data show that at least since 1900, this volcano has been in a continuous state of unrest. It is always a threat to scientists, because unlike other volcanoes, Mount Etna does not reside on the hard bedrock. In fact, it is stacked above the soft sediment, cracked earth plates, and steep slopes. You can imagine it as a stack of books resting on the pillow. On top of this, a large quantity of magma in the chambers is weakening its structure. When the magma rises above, the mountain expands. It needs more space when magma is in it. As the ground is weak and magma forces it to expand, the volcano gets shaken and slides a bit from its place. The GPS sensors of Dr. Murray's prove that the mountain slides when it is near to eruption. So they put the whole blame for this phenomenon on magma chambers. The geologists' team has observed over the years that the mountain's sliding movement is constant and quite slow. It is only 14 millimeters, so in 100 years, it will be 1.4 meters. So John Murray gave a final statement to the BBC. He said, "The thing to watch, I guess, is if in 10 years' time the rate of movement has doubled, that would be a warning. If it's halved, I'd say there really is nothing to worry about."
It's impossible to predict the next one. Absolutely, it's impossible. So this is the really younger area. You think in the last 1,000 years, the volcano growing 340 meters more. So this is the really active area, and it's really far from the city.
But his team was not satisfied with their results. Sometimes during eruptions, Mount Etna moves tens of feet, defying its predicted movement data. There was a lot of uncertainty around this volcano's sliding, which was keeping scientists awake at night. In 2016, the Helmholtz Center for Ocean Research in Kiel decided to study the submerged flank of Etna. They placed different acoustic sensors around the mountain to see how the seafloor is moving. These sensors gave a shocking set of data to scientists, bursting their previous myths. Data from 5 underwater transponders gathered between April 2016 and July 2017 showed the underwater slope remained stable for a year. But in May 2017, it slid 4 centimeters in one 8-day period before finally stabilizing again. The data showed that Etna's southeastern flank, both above and below water, is sliding toward the sea as one enormous block. There was no eruption, no magma rising this time. There was no seismic activity or earthquakes in those 8 days. It told scientists that magma chambers are not the only villain in their research. In fact, it is the gravity that is pulling the weak and unstable mountain towards the sea. Morelia Urlaupt, this study's lead author, told NBC News in an email, "Etna is a big and heavy volcano, so gravity is pulling it down." With this groundbreaking research, he gave chilling news to the world. It can spread more easily towards the sea as there is nothing to stop it. He clearly declared that scientists are unable to stop any catastrophic event that could lead to the collapse of Europe's most active and heavy volcano. Over the past years, scientists have kept a close eye on the movement of Mount Etna. From 2021 to 2025, they have observed a significant amount of movement on Etna's southeastern flank. Numerous eruptions and earthquakes are shaking its foundations, expanding it, and making its base weak. So gravity can pull it a few centimeters down quite easily. In the summer of 2025, numerous magma eruptions and seismic activity around this volcano have put a lot of stress on its flanks. So, scientists are scared that its sliding will accelerate in the coming years. If Mount Etna collapsed, it would replace a massive amount of water that would destroy numerous coastlines. The landslides will also destroy a major part of Sicily. For now, scientists are still optimistic that Etna will take years to collapse, and if it even starts collapsing, their instruments will alert them way before the catastrophic events. So, they will have time to rescue people. Let's see what will happen in the future. For more updates about volcanoes, subscribe to our channel.